Hey, Travis Kerr Family Flip Show. So we are outside of an Amazon bin return store. So this is what we're going to do for this rainy Saturday. As you can see, or probably have seen, we get up really early. It's rainy, it's dreary. We drove about an hour from our house, waited in line for like 2 hours. Aren't we crazy? Yes, probably so. But we do have fun doing it. And so if you haven't seen this channel before, we're a family of resellers that source things from Amazon return stores, flea markets, yard sales, estate sales, auctions, anywhere that we can find something to buy low and then flip it online, primarily eBay for a profit. So anyway, I'm gonna show you what we find today. We may stop at some other sources as well. But anyway, everything in here today at this Amazon return store, bin store, is going to be $7 per item. So probably that would make our unit cost after taxes about $7.49, give or take. And so we will go in here, see what we can find, and I'll try to give you a breakdown of what these items may sell for and what we can expect our profit to be. And hopefully we'll do well, since we are crazy enough to get up early and sacrifice the wait out here in the rain. So anyway, check it out. Hope you enjoy. So here's our final haul. Pam went to get the car, so we'll see how well we did whenever we get back. So it's the next day, and I'm going to show you some of our finds today. And like good little boys and girl, I should say, because Ellie does have some orders in here. Camden and I have our orders packed for tomorrow, and then Ellie has some there as well. One of the joys of being a reseller, though, sarcastically speaking, is technical difficulties. So we've got all our orders packed, but we're having some really bad internet issues here lately at our house. You can see Milo helped us as well. So we got these packed, but we have no labels printed quite yet because we're having some connectivity issues. So we'll have to get on that later, but I'll show you kind of what the lay of the land looks like on these orders here. So these are Ellie's orders down here that are going out tomorrow, some of the clothing that she sells on Poshmark, and the rest of these are Camden and I's that are going out. Of course, every necessity to a reseller is there's some Nespresso coffee that we have going on there, but these are all the things that we have going out tomorrow so far. There will probably be some other things that sell today, but we just have them labeled so we can print them. So that's Diamond DCP. I don't even know what that is. 1 pound 8 ounces. Jordan 5s. These are 3 pounds. So we'll know whenever we print our labels, and we already know kind of the dimensions to that. But nonetheless, that's just kind of what our orders put together that are going out tomorrow, which is Monday, look like. So on to the things that we found today. So one item I did forget to mention is that the receipt says that we bought 16 items. I'm only counting 15 right now, but 16 may come to light as we unline through all of this. But anyway, so it ended up being like $117. But because we do have some points built up on this reward system that they have at this particular store, based on the amount of purchases that we make, we did have a $25 off coupon. So that made our total purchase around $95. And so if we bought 16 items per unit, that's around $5.93 per unit. So just keep that in mind as you're looking through the items that we bought today. First item up is this toy mini brand. So this is a box of these mini brands. And I know about these because my daughter used to collect these, and I think she saw these and maybe wants to open some of these for her own, so we'll have to see about that. But I'm not really sure if we'll sell these like in lots. You open them up and there's these like tiny little brands, and apparently some of them are very rare and others are not. I'm not sure what kind of true value they actually carry. But this is an entire box of these. I think there's like 25 or 26 of these that you open up. And then there's like 60 mini brands in each one. So these little tiny various boxes. And so we'll get these, figure out what we're gonna do with these. Maybe we'll add them up in 2s and 3s and sell them, or maybe we just sell this entire box all together. So I'm thinking and looking at this, it's probably like, I think these sell for like $60, $65 all in for the entire box if you sell everything. We could lot these into 2s and 3s or 1s. I think these sell for like $7 to $10 a piece, so maybe like $25 for 3 of them. So we could do that. We may just list the whole thing together, so we'll have to research that and then decide how we want to go from there. Next up is the silver bullet hose. And so these maybe sell for like $30, $40, give or take, but they sell really well. They have an extremely good sell through, very few listings and a ton of sales. So this must be a high demand product. And although the packaging is damaged, I don't think it's ever been opened, so that's a good sign. Next up is this Oberg tilt lift. I didn't know what this was. I actually looked it up. These things sell for like $75 to $100. Looks like it's some kind of pulley system. And I opened the box up, and it looks like everything is sealed and new. So really good find there. This does have some weight to it, but it should be easy to package, easy to ship, and easy to store. Next up are these Aqua Clear, and I believe these are aquarium filters. I like finding things like this at the bin store because you can see that this is 6 packages. This one will be a loss, but these 5 we could sell individually. And I did see online, I think these things sell for like $10, $12 a piece. So we could sell them all together, or maybe lot these separately. But nonetheless, $5.93, and then maybe be able to squeeze out up to $60 out of this. And these are super light, so they'll go first class and easy to ship. Next up is this Pocket Talker 2.0. I did take a little bit of a chance on this. This is some kind of sound personal amplifier, but these things sell really well, and they sell for like $70 used, probably over $100 new. Again, this could have issues. I'm gonna have to get it out and test it and make sure that everything works. I can just tell by the packaging that something happened to it nonetheless, but I feel like even I may be able to get my money back even with parts only, based off of the demand that I saw online for these. So we'll have to open all this up and make sure everything works, and possibly sell it as pre-owned or at worst parts only. Next up is one of Camden's finds. This is a Mohu Leaf Supreme Pro. Looks like this is some kind of fancy amplifier for an HD TV antenna. There's currently 3 listings on eBay and 13 sales, which means this is in pretty high demand. This thing probably doesn't honestly weigh over a pound. It's got this like thin little sheet of plastic, and it looks like everything in here is sealed. Looks like this will probably sell for around $60 all in, so not bad for a $5.93 purchase. Next going out is this Faux Memo label printer, which we actually use a label printer as well, not this particular brand, but so this label printer is something that we will need to get tested, and if this is sold as pre-owned, they sell for around $50. If these were new, which I don't think we can list this as new based off of what I'm seeing here, they sell for probably a little over $100. Next up is another one of Camden's finds. This is a Pool Sentry water level control for a swimming pool. These sell for around $70 to $100. We opened this up and everything in the package is completely sealed, even though the packaging looks like it does have some damage to it, so another good find. Next up is the first loss of the day. So this is a simple human mirror, and once we open this up and upon further inspection, the mirror is actually cracked, so we will probably need to discard this. But if this would have been intact, this is probably about a $70-$75 item. So that is, it's not always sunshine. Whenever you're going to these bin stores, you always have to know that there's a chance that some of the things that you get may not work, or they may have been returned for a reason. Next up is this mod mic. So you plug this, I think this is a voice amplification item for headphones and things of that nature. So this has 1 listing on eBay and 9 sales. So definitely something that's in super high demand. Doesn't sell for a lot, but it is small and easy to ship. Probably looking at about $35 here. Next up is this flat nano Aquarium Light. So I just saw a list, an actual sale pre-owned for this for around $80. I did open this up. Everything looks to be completely intact. We'll have to list it as open box. So if we can get anywhere close to $80 to $100 for this, I'll definitely be happy with that. Next up is this Resell Hair Eraser Lithium-Ion Cordless Vacuum Cleaner. I did open this, and unfortunately it does look like it's pre-owned. I turned it on, everything works, so I'm not sure why this was returned. Fortunately for us, the pieces to this actually sell really well. So even if this, for some reason, some component of this doesn't work once we test it further, we're definitely going to do pretty well on this. I saw individual pieces selling for $15, $20 a piece, and they have actually a pretty good sell-through. So I'm not worried about this at all. I think that we'll end up doing pretty well at this. And as a worst-case scenario, probably $45. And then we could sell it all together, probably as pre-owned, for close to $50. If all the components work, and we'll test it out before we list that up. Next up are these 2 Rowenta irons, and so this one sells for around $70 some odd dollars, new or open box, and probably around $45 if this is used. This one's not quite as good, and honestly, this one, if it's not new, and we'll have to do some examine through these, because these the packaging on these has definitely seen better days. This one's probably about a $35 iron if it's new. If it's not, it may not even be worth reselling, honestly. So, but these are 2 Rowenta irons that we bought yesterday. So continuing on the same theme, this is a Panasonic cordless iron. And so this one, if it's new, probably sells for around $65. And if it's used, probably in that $35, $40 range. So we'll have to examine this, make sure that we could class this as new open box. If not, test it out and make sure that this works. And if it does, then I think we'll have a winner here. Last item up is this set, and I don't know how you say this, Balfing, and we've sold this brand before, but there's 2 used listings, for one that sold for $68 plus shipping, and another one that was like $70 free shipping, even pre-owned. Which I think what happened here is, I think these actually just fell out of their original box. I'm not sure these have even been used. They still have like the original like stickers on the screens and things of that nature. So we'll test these, make sure they work. Probably list them as pre-owned since they don't have the original packaging. But certainly a good pickup for $5.93. And right after we left the Amazon bins, we actually went to the Goodwill bins. And they're sometimes referred to as Goodwill outlets. And I ended up picking up these 4 pairs of shoes, and guess how much I paid for all 4 pairs of these? The low price of $6, which equates to $1.50 a piece. So I was actually pretty happy about that. And they weigh your items by the pound. And so I got these 2 pair of Ultras, actually 3 pair of Ultras. These are Solstice and these are Lone Peak. These actually still sell for like $35 to $45 a piece, even used. And as someone who used to run a lot myself, I can tell, I mean, these have a lot of tread life left. These look like some kind of trail shoes. You can see that the tread on all of these is good. And these are Merrell, some kind of Merrell slippers. I don't know that these are going to be good. Merrell's a good brand. I'm not sure about these things, but for $1.50, decided to take a shot. Now, there's 1 pair of these that I may have to sell for pretty cheap or disclose. And I think it's... Oh, these, you can see right there, there's a little bit of a chunk taken out on the side. So I still may list these though, and just disclose that, because I think these things have a lot of life left in them. But for $6, we're probably sitting on at least $100 worth of shoes here, and maybe more, even with a used value. So super happy about that stop. If you have a Goodwill outlet in your area, I definitely encourage you to stop by and check it out. So here's the final recap. I would say that this was not a particularly good sourcing day. It was rainy, we got up early, and we didn't really do super well. A couple of the items ended up being broken, but overall we still had a profitable day, don't get me wrong. And I feel like I'm saying that more and more often lately, that we didn't do quite as well this particular day. So maybe that's not the greatest sign, but if you stay consistent, we have had some really good days, and I know that we will continue to do so. Well over $1,000 profit days. But today, I would say our gross sales overall will probably be around $833. And just to give you a frame of reference, I discount down everything that you see in this video by some degree, just to be on the conservative side. So if you take $833, you can generally expect to keep around 50 to 60% of that. So that would really be anywhere from about $415 in profit on the low end to $500 in profit kind of on the high end. So again, not necessarily our greatest sourcing day, but we'll certainly take it. We'll stay consistent. We'll continue to do well. Hey, if you do like content like this, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We'd be certainly blessed to see you again. Thanks so much, and see you on the next one.